All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being so patient. We're back with another episode of the Totally Unprofessional podcast. Today we have special guest Cheer Up Dusty. And just like before, I'll give them the opportunity to introduce themselves. So, gentlemen, if we can go around the room, just say your name and what you do.
Hi, I'm Justin. I go as Dusty most of the time. I'm the singer.
Hey, I'm Brian. I go as Busty. I'm the guitarist.
My name's Paul. I go by Paul, and I play drums.
That's Pat. He's not feeling talkative today, so he's just gonna hang out in the back.
He goes by Pusty.
But he plays bass and does a lot of background vocals.
Well, that's all good. There's always one guy that just doesn't want to talk.
He's a man of few words, but every time there's a word, it's fantastic. Trust me.
He speaks with his eyes. That's why we have him covered.
That's why he has sunglasses on.
Well, I appreciate him coming anyway. So you guys are what kind of band? You play music like Rush back in the day?
We're a pop punk band, I think, first and foremost. But everyone likes a bunch of different stuff, so I think we're kind of, slowly but surely evolving. Not just pop punk, but other forms of like alternative rock and other stuff.
Yeah, right now the nostalgic Simon and Garfunkel sound is really coming back. We're just trying to emulate that. Really strike fire while the iron is hot.
And Paul, what do you do?
What do I do?
No, like what's your input in this?
What's my input? Listen, we as a pop punk band are the most avant-garde, most experimental band. You can listen to our EPs. You can listen. Trust me, we are here. Totally complicate everything.
You wore a business shirt for this.
Yeah. But
I'm doing business.
We just got all came together. I started the project kind of just on my own, and then got with a bunch of favors. But now that we have our full lineup, our stuff that we're writing now kind of reflects everyone. So maybe it's a little tough to characterize, but I'd still say it falls under that pop punk window. Or umbrella, whatever.
I definitely would say that, especially I went back through and I did listen to what you guys have put out so far. I really liked all of it. I would say that I noticed that you have a tendency for a little bit of self-deprecating humor, a little tongue-in-cheek in the lyrics. I quite enjoyed that. Kind of brought me back to like old school Blink or something like that. So could you tell us a little bit about the writing process when it comes to how you started to get into this pop punk genre?
Well, so far, everything we've released so far lyrically has been, just me and just what was going on at the time and feelings and whatnot. I'd like to say there's some deeper kind of, but it's just, my own life. That's all I really know. So that's all I can really write about. Songwriting in general, like a first EP I wrote and just recorded myself. I didn't even know if it was going to be even more. And then the next batch of songs, the singles we've been releasing, Pat, you want to give a wave? No wave. Okay. Pat was the major songwriter on all our recent stuff. And then he let me, write a lot of lyrics over his stuff besides one, future song. But now we're at the point because there's four of us. We're writing as a unit, so we're writing our next batch of tunes for our next recording process. Hopefully sooner than later, but we don't want to rush it, so we'll see how that goes.
All right, well, pretty sweet. I'm glad to hear that you guys are still working on stuff. Let me ask you this: how was the first EP recorded? Because I know you said that was just you. And then what's the difference between recording that and now recording as a full unit?
Well, the other one was my buddy Nick. I literally just recorded it in his bedroom with him. It was more or less just like a favor he did for me. And then he played guitar in our first video. Pat, who I was just like, hey, I'm doing this thing. He came and played drums, and he's not a drummer, with all due respect. But so it was just put together, and then it was like, hey, we're having fun. We're going to keep going. And, then the next batch of songs, we went to our friend AJ Viana of the American Standard. Great producer, has a great, studio. And we went there and we cranked out our next batch of songs. Now we're writing collectively, and then we don't have a set plan yet, but we may go back to AJ, or are we allowed to say, like, did we saw Pete? You want to say that?
Well, we're gonna go around, go finding new places and stuff like that. But during COVID, we're all finally getting a chance to jam together and really meld. So we haven't recorded anything yet per se, other than like phone demos, which you can find illegally dropped on my SoundCloud after this.
Yeah.
But no, it's been real. It's been quite the process too, of like trying to learn like how to use a singer who isn't playing an instrument, and we're all just trying to work around him. Well, not work around him, but you know what I mean. Like we create the tunes, and then he puts words to the tunes, and then admits that he wet the bed till he was 13. Check out Late Bloomer on Spotify. Shameless self-promotion. I'm here to do business.
Hence the shirt. No, but yeah, we're not together, so it's been an interesting like process. So it's been them two. At one point, and I met Justin, like a little shortly after the pandemic happened, and I was like the first few member. And we've been trying to like grow and gel since, and then we brought Paul on, so it's been cool. And because it's like I was able to look at it from a way that you looked at it from like a fan standpoint. Like I thought the first album, the first EP, was like raw, and then like being able to join the process and be able to be part of the growth is like it's pretty cool. So I'm really excited for like what's coming next.
Yeah, well, thank you guys for sharing. I have to admit to you, before this goes any further, I did catch the coronavirus, COVID, a few months ago, and ever since my brain has been like mush. So if you find me saying or pausing, I promise I'm a better presenter than that, and I'm partially prepared, but my brain just isn't with it. So moving on from that, where do you come up with the song titles? Is there a guy here that would say that's a forte? Is that all? Okay.
I mean, all the older stuff, the song titles, were mine, and then writing over Pat's songs, I would give him a song title, and always get the approval, because now it's we work collectively. So, and then now we finished a tune or two so far collectively, and I'll just pull something out, but now we work as a democracy, so it's like, you guys think this is cool or not, and then we go with that. But I don't know, I just so song titles are kind of like the front of a house. It's like the first thing you see, or it's the first that, like, maybe the album art, so it's got to kind of pull. Like I really, I mean, tell me if I'm wrong, I don't think half as many people would have listened to Randy Savage if it wasn't called Randy Savage.
Randy Savage would be disappointed.
Yeah. So I guess it's part of
the mystique.
Yeah, you just trying to be a little different, but and like he kind of said, we do have like a comic hint, and we don't take ourselves too seriously, just seriously enough. So just kind of whatever we could think of.
And the artwork for that, is that outsourced to somebody? Do you know somebody? Is there somebody here that's an artist? Where did the album artwork come about for that particular single? Because I thought it was really eye-catching.
Which one?
For Randy Savage.
For Randy Savage? My friend Ryan from the band Goalkeeper did that.
Oh, nice.
For me.
Okay.
Shout out.
But yeah,
Keeping the Dusty character alive.
We've had a few different artists actually do different. Hold on, Pat said something. What? Yeah, we'll work around it. But we've had a couple different artists. I like to try different people and see. But Ryan from Goalkeeper did that one. And then our last Late Bloomer was a picture Pat found, and then we had our buddy Eric Friend, who's a photographer. He did the edit, so that came out good. Same thing with the next one coming out, but we try to do different. But that one really kind of pulls. It's the cartooniest one. It's real fun, and yeah, it was Ryan from Goalkeeper, and he nailed it. Totally nailed it.
Yeah, no, I thought, actually looking through it, I thought a lot of the artwork was really eye-catching.
Thank you.
So it was, great job. Pat yourselves on the backs. definitely. Um, I do want to ask because you guys said that you've been slowly coming together mid-pandemic almost. Um, so I mean, have you played any shows? Are you planning to play any shows? What's the scene look like out where you are? Is there a lot of activity in venues or
Ah, no.
no?
I feel like that's like
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like it sucks with the being starting a band like this during COVID because depending on those of us who were either laid off or stuff like that from the pandemic, like I was so worried about work all the time, and everyone's just so worried about their situation. It's really hard to find the time to even try and organize stuff. I feel like so like unfortunately we've been away from the public eye for a while, but like we want to come back strong with shows and stuff like that. We don't have anything on the board yet, but like once everything starts rolling in, the vaccines start coming, it's gonna be, as the kids say, lit.
I mean, we're gonna get there. I mean, we're gonna book show. I mean, it still has to open up. So right now, we really just, getting members was tough in itself. But now that we, found each other, we just we're putting out our tunes. We're trying to just make our internet presence pretty strong, and then absolutely when things come back, I mean, I feel like we write our songs to play them live. Like that's the point. We want to hit a chord and then have that crowd sing back to us, and but it's tough. We didn't get an easy start, but I don't know, it's kind of like once everything's, I don't want to even call it normal, whatever you want to call it, but I think we'll be pretty strong because like, hey, we made it through COVID with each other, and we can only get stronger. So just kind of pushing with what we got.
So, thank you for that. One of the things I did want to ask though is, are there a lot? Does it seem like during normal circumstances that there would be a lot of places to play out where you guys are? I'm not sure. I'm familiar with the area, but
Yes, so in Philly, there's like tons of dope places. I like, you know, when I moved to Philly like a few years ago, is partly for what's in like the local scene. You've got so many like vintage places. You've got Johnny Brenda's. You've got the Barbary. You've got Kung Fu Necktie. You've got the
Voltage
Fire
Lounge.
Voltage Lounge.
Yeah, Philly has it. Philly really does.
Like there's so many there's so many good places around that and I think keeping an eye out, a lot of these places have managed to like stick it through due to like the local community. So shouts out to everybody who supports and is going out and eating local and stuff like that to to keep your neighbors like supported.
Yeah,
so
Philly really did do that good.
so hopefully come right now big artists like at the end of this summer are playing their big things, so there'll be tons of places to play, and I am sure that those places are excited to kind of come in, open the doors, and like get some crazy good acts back in. So there's definitely a good amount.
And hopefully us speaking nice and kind of them, they'll want to book us.
well, all right. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, don't
No
apologize,
worries.
man.
This is like the whole show is like I just have people on screen looking at me and I freeze, and that's just the whole show every week. Oh, jeez. So you guys have been writing material together. You're working on new stuff. Tell me, where you are there other bands that you have been in communication with, that you're in talks with, or friendly with?
Because we kind of all came from kind of different backgrounds, because we all kind of just came together then last year. We all have communication with friends bands, and our area is good. We have a good network. I've been talking a lot with bands like Win by Two, All Systems Go, Sweep Echo, Goalkeeper, my buddy Brandon Ritchie, Break Light. Man, I could just keep going. Like we really do have a good scene. I'll use the word around here, and it's a positive one. I mean, yeah, we need to improve it, but we'll do that. I know the guys that you have more bands you guys talk to and converse with.
Yeah, Paul and I were in a band previously, and being in the Philly area, we actually spoke and played shows with some of the bands Justin and Cherub Dusty has really good relationships with now. Some Ghost, Sweet Echo, a bunch of these bands. We've already had the pleasure of meeting them to come in, meet Justin, be like, hey, I also know these people. They're great people. It's just kind of nice knowing that, the community here is strong and supporting each other.
Yeah, it's been awesome. It's been awesome. We've gone off a lot of, just getting the ball rolling. A lot of bands that were, around a little bit longer than us, and we I feel like we didn't really miss a step. We're right on board, and we're ready to go for, the world opening up, as it comes.
Right. So, in the meantime, while you're locked down in the pandemic, you have been doing a great job of building an internet presence. Can you talk to me a little bit about kind of what the strategy or the goal has been like? Are you just kind of throwing stuff against the wall to see if it sticks, or do you have an overall plan in place? How does that, how do you get the ball rolling?
Yeah, so I'll take that because I usually take on that challenge. It's crazy. So these days, social media is what we use to communicate, and we've developed a plan to, what people want the most is they want something exciting and engaging, and they want to feel, like they have a relationship with you. That's why a lot of people when people follow our creator, it's because, hey, I like the relationship they have, like the content they produce. I want to be involved and I want to follow this growth. So we've developed a plan around being consistent, trying to being as engaging as possible, open the doors, making sure that anybody who communicates with us receives uh, a good response from whatever they're contributing to us, because without them, we don't have a presence. We don't have anything without them. So it's kind of cool to just be like, hey, create an environment where you come in, we're sharing with you, you share back with us. We value that. And by engaging and doing a bunch of this, a lot of people come and they just seem to stick around, which is good for us.
Yeah, definitely. And do you find trouble creating content that kind of gets the thing started, or you just
Yeah.
That's every person's issue, especially living in a very short attention, like a fast attention, like a fast paced, future environment. You know what I mean? Where we don't typically, I know I don't look at things for more than 30 seconds. If the CD starts to drag it on my next, and so it's tough, especially if you're if you want to build good quality content, it's time consuming. And if you throw out quick content, then it's not going to, it doesn't help us. So there's a struggle, but I guess by as long as we're honest with ourselves and, we just find a healthy balance in our time to at least stockpile and, or finds ways to just to share ideas in group chats. So we have stuff to keep building off of. That's what we can do to combat it. But yeah, we struggle hard.
I mean, it's because we're a band. We weren't necessarily content creators, we're not,
Yeah.
but it's kind of what we had to do to, kind of build an audience, build that attention. We also have a pretty decent extended team. Our videographer, Dom Filari, has been awesome with our videos. Our friend, Eric Friend, he, again, does a lot of our photography. He's been great. Pat, you want to wave yet? No? Okay. Pat, he does a lot of our video edits, and then a lot of our kind of behind the scenes stuff that doesn't get enough credit. Brian does. So we're just kind of making our way through. But then once we can do shows, we can do it I don't want to call it the right way, but the way we way we wanted it to do it.
Yeah, because the way it's as a band, before we're artists, we're entertainers. We're here to put on our show. whether it's you putting us on Spotify and going on a run when you hear us or trying to get stoked up or whatever, or whether you're checking out our Instagram to see what we're dropping. You're there to be entertained. You're following us for a reason.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of bands seem to forget that, and it's like kind of like, oh, why? Oh, I gotta do this. But like, at the end, what makes it all worth in the end is just engaging with everybody and seeing like good responses. Everybody getting laugh from Patty's like holiday posts. People enjoying like a dumb skit or like like all the questions that we prepare in our Instagram posts, just so like keep up to date with like a lot of people that follow us, and especially a lot of people that comment on like we know who you are and we support you and we appreciate you guys, like, so like we keep up to date with everything that like is mentioned to us, and that helps that and makes it all worthwhile.
We try to stay on top of it as much as possible.
We have I have zoomed way in. Let's back up. There we go.
Yep.
Unprofessional this is. We have a Twitch comment. Rise Deadshot says, I think Cheer Up Dusty is a sick band name. So you guys got credit for that.
Yeah. It's all about the band name. That's like 80% of the battle.
That it really is like it's like
It really is.
It's like putting a brand name on something. It's like when you go to the store and you think, oh, do I want a Coke or do I want generic store brand soda? I don't think I want generic store brand soda. It just doesn't sound right.
Yeah. And when you get like, and when people offer you soda, they don't even say, hey, can I get you a soda? They're like, hey, do you want a Coke? Like
Right.
more often than not, they're like, do you want a, or like,
It's you want a Coke or it's Pepsi, okay?
like,
Or the two questions.
like, oh, like we say, for example, like Kleenex. Yo, you need a Kleenex? Kleenex is not. It's a paper tissue. But we need a Kleenex, or do
You want some chapstick? Chapstick's
the
lip
brand,
balm.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's lip balm.
But when I thought of it, I didn't want anything that was like on Spotify and it was 10 artists with the same name.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to be hard to find. That was kind of the goal for that. And I was actually gonna do Wake Up Dusty, and I had that for a few weeks, and I'm like, that sucks. That's not good.
Just
And then
sucks.
Well, then I realized I was writing just like about, I diagnosed depression and, just whatever, like everyone else. But, so then I don't know, the Cheer Up Dusty just came out actually I was at Club Germ when that came out.
Really?
Like, yeah, like talking to my buddy John from Breaklight. And I remember I thought of, and that was and that was it. And, yeah, it's, hopefully we're not gonna be one of those bands that changes their band name every 3 or 4 releases or something.
Or like once we sell out, we drop the Cheer Up, and like we just go like
It's
artist
just
formerly known as
Dusty.
Cheer Up Dusty.
Because all the major
Present-
labels just want solo artists. They want like one person.
He
But
should
no,
be-
we appreciate
yeah,
that.
by 2027, he's to be all tatted up and like thin, leading up like the halftime Super Bowl show.
I forget who. I had a PR person say something in the realm of no one's gonna listen to you unless you have sleeves. And I was like,
Really?
yeah, I forget. It was a couple years ago, but yeah.
Yeah, that's intense.
I believe
sorry.
that
Off the
I've
rails.
noticed lately that there's a huge thing, like you have to have tattoos, you have to have a certain look, like, or they won't pay attention to you until you build a huge buzz or a following or something. Like it's really strange how like the psychology behind who they pick for the big push.
I mean, it's a little odd. We want to dress presentable, but I mean, we're all just ourselves. I mean, there's really nothing we can.
Yeah.
I have a couple tattoos. They're just very easily hidden. I don't have a plan on getting sleeves, but I don't know. We'll see what the future holds.
And there's a lot of things that come from like appearances and stuff like that. Like people could say, don't judge a book by its cover, but like, I don't know, man. Like,
Cover art.
yeah, cover art. Well, duh. But like, I just completely lost my point from that. Thank you. No. You come in with like people expect when you go to a pop punk show or even just a punk show, like, oh, you're expecting these jean platted people, and I just completely lost my point, and I need somebody to save me.
All right,
We're just ourselves, but you know, I could use some new clothes probably.
I think the need for that is probably just because, you know, I guess there's some opinions floating around that, you know, there just aren't any rock stars anymore, but we're here to be like, yo, cheer up Dust, he's just full of rock stars. Like, maybe not now here on the Zoom camera, but when we get to shows, I swear to God, we're rock stars.
I mean, that's our
So you can
goal.
say that.
We're goal oriented band, you know. So.
Rockstar goal oriented band. We can be goal oriented and also, what is it?
I already say Paul. I can't say.
Oh my God, I'm so blanking. Oh, what is it? What? I just
He'll think of the word in about 15 minutes.
taking the key into the beer can,
and he can't.
shotgunning a beer. Yeah, we're gonna shotgun beers at shows. It's okay.
It's all right.
It took us a while to think about it, but I do more drinking than I do thinking, so it'll be fine.
There you go. To be honest with you, that should just be the whole stage show. You play one song, you shotgun a beer, and then that's it. Thank you. Good night. I'll see you later.
There.
Yeah, thank you. I do that. I flip the water bottle. It lands upright. Boom.
See, I don't drink that much, so I think I need to get one of those liquid death cans, and I'll shotgun that, and I'll still look cool
looks so
doing it.
badass.
I'll still
Do it.
look cool though,
Do
you
it.
know. It's the aesthetic.
And with the right lighting, no one would know. They'd be like, "Oh,
What's
it's a
that?
beer." With the right lighting, no one would know. You can't see it up there.
That's
That's
what I'm
fine.
saying.
Yeah, right.
So
And it just makes you throw it into like the back of the stage, never into the crowd, so no one gets the can.
Yeah.
Paul gets hit with 4 cans at the end of the show.
So that does bring me to my next question. 5 years from now, where do you see this band going? What are the long-term goals?
Ooh, that's like a real interview question. I never.
Yeah.
5 years? I
Yeah.
mean, hey man, if all my dreams could come true in 5 years, we'd all have a house on the same block, and we would be touring probably 6 to 9 months out of the year. I mean that, but again, I mean that's like that's the dream come true for me at least.
You got to
you
speak
know?
it into existence.
You know, so that would be great. You know, if all of us just were able to pay our basic necessities with our band, our brand, our our passion here. But in 5 years, I guess my minimum, I would just like to still exist. I mean, yeah, it's kind of funny to say it like that, but longevity in bands is tough. You know, it's bands break up, 2 or 3 years, maybe an LP, an EP or two, and then and it's considered a good run. It really is. So in 5 years, if we could just still be us 4, maybe 5, if we're just still here and still putting out, and that would be absolutely wonderful. That would be awesome.
Yeah, we're putting out, but we're not like, we're not trying to get around, but we are putting out. I don't want the rumors.
Yeah, I don't think. And to add like some actual context, like actual goals, like in like short term, our everyday goal is to at least always take the next step. Right now we released a bunch of singles. We have a collection that I'm hinting at right here. That'll come out, and that we've got a full lineup. We've got this recent exciting business deal we got going on that's gonna hopefully help us take that next step. So next step, more music, more releases, with hopefully bigger returns, and just by the end of the year, just by the end of 2021, just have being a functional band where we are playing solid tours, and we have such a good extended network where like Justin mentioned before, we've got a team of an external team right now aside from us that are helping make this dream come true. And as we're growing, we're finding new and people with bigger and access to better resources that are helping us. And then that's all we can do is just grow, continue to meet these people, and continue to utilize these resources to just extend our audience right now, which is really cool.
Continued growth. Anything to add, Pat? Do you like being in a band? Yeah. No.
Oh,
Because
Dad, not again.
Sorry.
Oh, jeez. You're not allowed to talk about what the business deal you alluded to was, are you?
Oh, we won't say much because we'll announce it in this upcoming week once everything is like done and through. But recently, just added another person to our extended team that is going to really help us, just get organized and make sure that uh, we can connect. We can get our music, our content, our hobbies, our inside jokes, our patty, connected with like more audiences, which is really cool. Um, right now, we're I like to think we're growing nicely along with like these like great bands and Philly, alongside with a ton of our friends, and we're just working on building that bridge, to connect us with the West Coast people who pop punk fans across the pond, people just from everywhere that can like just really enjoy like our content and music.
100%.
For a second, I just thought about sitting here as still as possible to see if you guys noticed or just sat there sitting
Yeah,
still.
no worries. Yeah, it's doing that. Look, my hair's looking like Ace Ventura over here. He's got like the two horns.
Nice.
Alrighty then. So you're growing, you're playing music, you've written music, becoming a better band. I'm summing things up because I've lost completely all track of where I was going next.
It's all good.
That's true.
Dude, same. What's up?
So you and
High
Paul,
five.
you and Paul,
High
the
five.
same
That's
line.
Boy.
So this is totally unprofessional. This is it. It's the whole show. Just
No, I mean, I was
Alright,
about to make that joke. I was like, bro, it's true to form. I mean, it's awesome.
well, that's
It's
why.
always good though, because like, oh no, I was just saying like I'm gonna leave. No, it's fine.
Damn, it's like we're down to 2 members left for this interview.
No, just being new and like having this opportunity to be on this like nice, relaxing podcast is like Brian and I did a podcast together, and it was my first one, and I was just like all over the place, like So, thank you for being chill.
Right. No, that's the
Plus,
whole
we're
point
hoping
of
for
this
this.
is
Exactly.
Don't wanna
is
talk about
is to
coming
just
up.
be chill, get
My job.
just get a conversation going and have a chat. Just sometimes I really suck at conversing, so I don't know why I chose to do this.
I was
Dude,
about to
oh,
say,
actually,
like,
you're good,
well, good
though.
thing you have a podcast.
Nah, man.
No,
Oh, he's back.
Oh.
No. Yeah. No.
no.
Just bases. We keep the bases in our closet when we're not using him.
Who said you could come out for food? You get back out here.
Mom and
All
Dad
right.
are gonna handle the thing.
It's like it's down to us.
All right, and there's Sid too.
All right. So we covered a lot of things. Did you have anything important that you wanted to talk about? Make sure that we hit while we're on this show here.
I mean, I guess anyone who hasn't heard of us, who's just kind of watching, I guess the only thing I could just kindly ask is just check us out. I'm kind of one of those where it's like, you can like and dislike what you want, but give anything a shot. So I think, if you like alternative music, if you've liked pop punk, if you liked punk rock, if you've liked Warped Tour, kind of just, I think you may like us. Then obviously just follow the socials and all that. We have a couple tunes released we've already released 2 this year, and we have more, more stuff coming. So, you just, hop on board. I guess is the best way.
Definitely, we're easy to find at Cheer Up Dusty. Follow us on Spotify so you can stay tuned when we drop our next song and stuff like that. You'll let us know, and our songs will just be automatically added to your release radars. Check out Late Bloomer if you've ever been fired, if you ever felt self-conscious, if you've ever wet the bed until you're 13, find our music. We've got a lot in common with you. You know what I mean? And add those to your favorite playlist and let us know. We'll send you stickers. We love it when, people show our songs on their playlist, a bunch with other music that they like. If you let us know, we'll send you stickers. We like to send a lot of stickers and free stuff.
We do send a lot of free stickers,
Yeah.
just for fun, and
at one point we'll give Teslas and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Once
right.
we're like famous on YouTube, yeah.
And once shows come up, keep an eye out. We'll post it and make it known when we're playing around. And any of the bands that we name dropped, artists, photography, just go back and check them out. It takes a village to build a scene. So
they're usually featured in our like our post, tag their
we always
there,
tag them.
EF_photography. We got at Dom.Filari, Fillari. We've got Ryan Beebe from Goalkeeper, at Goalkeeper for Goalkeeper, Ryan
Check
Beebe.
out Goalkeeper.
Who else might not be given?
Lost Band.
Sweep Echo, Lost Collective, Lost Years.
Lost Year.
No, it's period. Lost Years. Period.
Period. The Lost
Yeah.
Years. Period. Just so you can find them. Who else am I thinking of?
It's like I'm
everybody.
afraid to like leave someone out.
The
because-
guy who asked the question, we're gonna shout him
Yeah,
out too.
that
That guy.
We don't
Ryan,
have
I believe his name is Ryan.
the
American
American Standard,
Standard.
AJ Viana. On Randy Savage, the second vocalist was, how do you say Greg's last name? Greg Nodis of the American Standard, great singer, helped us record those vocals. So
I didn't
awesome
even realize
for
that
him.
there was another vocalist on there.
There was during the that middle bridge. It was Greg Nodis. I'd never been a singer before, so I have and you could kind of see our improvement, with just the quality of our songs and
The
our
improvement in
page
him.
and. But just kind of hang out with us now, and it'll get better and better and bigger and bigger. That's the plan.
Are you sure? You're not planning to get smaller? Like downsize?
You broke up. Say that again.
You're not planning to downsize, get smaller? Play like cafe
man.
shows in front of 10
Why would
people?
you want to go smaller? I'm already small enough as it is. Fuck, dude.
I mean,
I think that Doug only does enlargements.
dude, just the fact that we were able to come together during COVID, to me, is still it's just astonishing, and it's funny because Pat, our bassist, who's I hope making us pizza, when I was talking to Brian like at the beginning, he was just like, dude, I don't know if we should even try to find members yet. Should just wait till COVID's over, blah blah blah. And then like a week or two ago, he texted me and he was just like, thank God you didn't listen to me.
Yeah.
So
No, seriously.
yeah, I just want
Now's
everyone
got to
go-
be the best time to try to find people with talent because there's nothing going on. Everybody's stuck at home. I mean,
Oh,
if
yeah.
you can convince somebody to come out of their house and come over to your house, they got nothing else to do. Come on over.
Yeah.
We'll start a band.
It's pretty much
It'll be
it.
great.
But and it really it really worked. Brian knew Paul, and Paul
You know how
funny,
to play drums.
funny, it's like I asked him to ask Paul, and Paul was like reluctant at first, and then like a couple weeks later he's like, yeah, he said he'll come out, and then he came out, and then the first thing me and Paul started talking about was Green Day, and then it was like, all right, this will work.
They're still talking about Green Day.
What's that?
It's still talking about Green Day.
Still talk about Green Day. So it's been great, man. And like I said, please just check out all our other artist, musician friends. All the podcasts we've been on, we post about them. What's that? HSNE pod, the one that you guys were
yeah.
on.
Cool dads.
Talk of the City is another great one. In the Paint, our guys in Win by Two do that one. God, man, punk promotion. There's just so many. I'm gonna forget a bunch, but go on our pages, and anyone that we've worked with is amazing. So, and if you're in a band, shit, if you play music, just
Shout out to you.
yeah, just build something, and you can go off of what we've done and what other bands have done, and keep going.
Yeah.
All right. Well, guys, I'm going to wrap it up, but thank you so much for joining me today. It's been a pleasure getting to talk to the three of you. Please let the other guy know that next time he's in trouble.
No worries.
Pat, he called you a dipshit.
In the garage.
He's in the
Hey, did I start that podcast?
What the fuck?
Oh, wow.
But no, in all seriousness, thanks for having us,
Yeah,
man.
thank you so much. We appreciate you and
we
appreciate
hope-
everybody.
Hope to catch you sooner than later.
Yeah, definitely.
I love you.